Happy Labor Day. I debated filming today because it's Labor Day and I should take off, and this technically is work, but I thought we'd go ahead and film, and that would be have 2 videos in the can this week. What do you think? We were just talking that probably needed to be picked out of the garage. It's 67 degrees outside. It is, it's glorious feeling. Dad's gone to breakfast with his dad. Did Dad go breakfast with Papa this morning? Did you see Papa, or were you sleeping? You love your Papa. You really love your Mimi. My mother-in-law is one of those people that like all animals think that she's the greatest thing since sliced bread. I think she just smells like cookies all the time. Does Mimi smell like cookies? I don't know what it is. Mimi and it used to be Jeremy's brother, Joel, was like his second favorite person in the whole world. Like it was Mimi, then Joel, then me. And then Joel got married a couple of years ago, and his wife now, Allie, is definitely that dog's favorite person. He loves Allie. Like I think Allie even competes with Mimi for some affections of that doggo. It's nice. Obviously I have a hoodie on. I have a kitty asleep in my milker. Mom did not clean up yesterday in here, so I need to put my stuff back up. I did it because my hand was like really, really hurting by the time I got done, and it ended up with like several blisters. It's just so stupid, but it's because their hooves are so hard, which is great for them. Yes, it's good. We fought hoof rot at the other place for so long because there's so much standing water. So we had one year where we did have foot rot, and I was having to blue coat people's feet all the time, and it was really frustrating. But then what we had was like really compromised hoof wall. So everybody's hoof wall was really soft and it didn't grow, and I was trimming all the time just trying to get the hoof wall to kind of regenerate. And that was not due to a lack of like care on my part. It was literally because there was standing water pretty much constantly on our property. Here, that's not really ever gonna be an issue, that their feet are much better overall, which is really nice, but that tore my hand to shreds. So really lazy day today. Gonna enjoy this beautiful weather, hang out with these guys. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Jeremy's with his dad having breakfast, and I think they were going over to feed the cows, because what we're trying to do is feed the cows every day for a week in the corral, so that when he goes to load them Wednesday or Thursday, depending on, he's got a funeral he's got to go to this week, and we don't know if it's Wednesday or Thursday, whichever day, to get them loaded and sent to the sale. There's so many moving pieces in our world right now with the sale of that property and the sale of those cows, that getting things off our plate is just the goal right now, and doing that responsibly for those cows, taking them to the sale. None of them will go as beef except for maybe Wilbur and those calves. And the calves will go probably to feedlots, but they would have always done that. We wouldn't have kept the cows anyway. They're beefers. We raise them for beef. The place is basically emptied of all of our things other than a couple of freezers and the pieces of farm equipment. There are a couple of aluminum panels that we're gonna grab to make some hoop coop style hay storage out here that I'm gonna show you at some point this fall, probably in the next month or so when we get that done. Okay, it's early. It is early because Dad got up early, so for a day that Mom's not going to work, so quit yelling at me like I'm late. I'm not. So I'm gonna get these guys all fed really quickly because I'm like really tired from yesterday for some reason. So I am letting a little bit of arguing over food happen right now for a couple of reasons. Number one, again, this is behavior management. Grain always here is behavior management except for in the winter. In the winter, our feeding is a little bit different because it is for supplement, but in the summer, it is literally just behavior management. What I was gonna kind of explain to you guys today is how I stopped milking. I just decided to stop, and I didn't really explain to you guys how that works. So I'm gonna explain all of that today in case that is something that you're interested in knowing. And we're just gonna hang out with the girls today because it's beautiful. I really would love to hang out with Toonie, but girl is so smelly. Good morning, pork choppy chop. Good morning, pork chop chop. How is my good pig? I'm ready for breakfast. guys were asking if the boys were mounting Toonie because she's in heat. It's a possibility, but these guys mounted a bull and steers over the years. When the girls are in heat and they're in rut, they'll mount anything, they'll stand still. So I don't think mounting Toonie has anything to do with whether she's in heat or not. I think they mount each other. They have mounted bull calves, bulls. It's just kind of what they do during rut. So I don't think it's necessarily because she's in heat or indicative of her being in heat. It's just boys in rut, honestly. They're kind of gross. But this has been helpful for me. I have fed them at night a couple of times because they've been a little bit rowdy. Just sticking them back in the pen. Hello, Dottie kittens. There's nothing left for them to eat in these two pens, really. So still plenty out here. They're staying out more and more, mostly because the girls are out. It's just really worked well, this whole setup. We did get a little bit of rain, talked about in the last video. I'm hoping that's gonna help us a little bit. If anything, just to knock the dust down that we've been dealing with, but we'll see. And it is warming up steadily, but it just feels low humidity. We walked out to the creek last night. It's just been really pretty the last couple of days. I think we're finally over the extreme heat, which I am thankful for. This has been probably the hottest summer we've had since I've lived here in the last like 9 years. Okay, got all the water out. Let's see if we can get the rest of these sillies out. Come on, girls. Come on. Come on, Cece. Cece's been my one who does not want to leave the barn lately. She's really funny. She always comes out. She's just always the last one. It's like hoping that mom's gonna feed her some more. Come on, silly girls. She and Zelda. And now I'm gonna get these two guys coming back this way because I'm talking. Come on. Come on, let's go, Patty. Come on. Oh, where are we going? Where are we going? Mama coming to you. Sillies, come on. No, we're going this way. We're going this way. Come on. We are. Come on, chatties. Let's go. Come on, Twizzler. You're usually my one that will come with me. Come on. Come on, goaties. Here we go, Daisy. That's my girl. Come on. Good job. Good job, everybody. Pepper's like, nope. Maybe Zelda that hangs out with him this morning. She's coming too. Come on, Pepperoni. Oh, these have been fighting all morning. Oh, there he comes. Come on, Pepper. He's always just a little bit behind everybody else. It's okay. His mama normally takes pretty good care of him. Okay, so let's talk about how I stopped milking. Everybody does this a little bit differently. I made my decision about how I handle drying off does based on research. So I looked up in extension offices and different research articles to determine the most effective way at making sure the girls stay healthy and don't get mastitis. And so most of the articles that I read, they will tell you the tendency for people is to like just slow down milking. And so what they do is they'll milk every other day, then a couple of times a week, and then maybe once a week until the dough totally dries off. Most of the research indicates that actually increases the doe's risk for mastitis and infection, as opposed to cold turkey drying them off and changing their feeding. And so the big thing is, if you are going to stop cold turkey, which is what I do, is you have to reduce their food intake. That helps them produce milk. So other than yesterday where some of them got a whole lot of grain because their feet were being trimmed, that is why I'm using the same amount of feed to feed all 12 of them right now that I was using to feed 6 of them. And I'm letting them argue over it. So for the next month or so, We're gonna reduce the feed intake for the grain. They won't get any alfalfa pellets, and they'll basically only be on pasture to get them nice and dried off so that their body, number one, won't have the resources to produce the milk, and the pressure builds up in their udder, which is what causes their capacity to go down. What I do when doing that, though, is check them every day, every other day as time goes on, to make sure their udders feel soft and that there's no heat in them. And if we have mastitis in somebody or anything that kind of looks like mastitis, then we will start to milk that out and treat the mastitis. What it does is every time you open the seal on the teat, you have the opportunity to introduce bacteria. That's how goats get mastitis. Goats don't get mastitis from pressure building in their udder. So when it's like, well, they're engorged, they're gonna get mastitis. Nope, not if the teat seal doesn't break, because to get mastitis, that's an infection which requires bacteria. It's a lot like when your grandmother would say, don't go outside with wet hair when it's cold because you'll get sick. Well, no, that's not the case. That's an old wives' tale, and Zelda's very confused about whether or not she was come out or not. Come on, Zel! That's an old wives' tale, basically. Because colds, pneumonia, bronchitis are all caused by bacteria or viruses. They're not caused by being out in cold weather with a wet head. Now, maybe frostbite if you live somewhere where it's super cold. Are you licking me? You want some scratches? So, same concept. You don't get mastitis. With pressure, you get it because mastitis is an itis, so that means it's brought on by infection, which is bacterial. So if there's no way for the goat to introduce bacteria into her udder, can't get mastitis. So as long as we don't break those seals, there's not any risk. And so by slowly opening those, I'm sorry, can't do anything about it. Happiest goat ever. We do keep an eye out for it because those seals can be broken. If it's super engorged and they lay down, a lot of times that will open that teat seal. And so just making sure that their barn is kept clean, they're kept clean out here in these environments, that we're checking their udder. But the research does say max pressure dries off fastest. That's how it is. And a lot of people will say, no, if you have a really high producer, it's just not what the research literature says. I do trust breeders that are experienced and what they've seen, but to me, data is more powerful than anecdotal evidence. That is what we do. So basically, I just totally stopped milking, haven't milked anybody since last Thursday. And I will tell you, it has been freeing, and I have spent more time with these guys, just hanging out, petting them, spending time with them. Oh, where are we going? What's wrong? What's wrong? Guys, we're okay. Chill. Chill. Can Mom go sit over here for a minute? Maybe. I think somebody stepped on a twig and it startled them. Not sure. It scared the bejesus out of everybody. Did it scare you? Did you get scared? Maybe? No. It was very loud. Guys, we're okay. We're okay. Mom is here. I don't think anything's gonna eat us when I'm here, okay? Humans are pretty scary. We are. Did it scare you? Sorry. I think I'm just gonna sit out here for a little bit and hang out with these guys, especially since they're a little bit spooked. And then I have to go in and edit video for you guys for tomorrow. Naughty pepperonis.